Welcome into the Jamey Chadwell Show, brought to you by Hendrick Toyota. Charleston Southern 3-1 and city champs for the third straight year, a 33-20 win over the Citadel. And Jamey, satisfying win for your football team.
It was. It was just a bunch of resilient young men that came out there in the second half and really played probably our best half of football in a long time. Proud to get the win for our team and our school and just our alumni that's supported us here. It was a fun night.
To have kind of a deflating play going into the half and then to play as well as you did in the second half, that had to be especially satisfying.
It was. I think most people, most teams would have hung their head because you gave them all the momentum. They're going in 17-6 score, I think 4 seconds before halftime. And our guys, to their credit, went in there and they weren't angry, they weren't upset. Just, hey, well, Coach, we're going to be fine. We'll regroup. And boy, did they come out and show that in the second half.
How much do you think beating the Citadel and some of the other big wins you have has really improved the perception of your program in the area?
Well, I hope it has. They're obviously been the big dog down here for a long time, and for us to be able to win the games, the last 3 years, and the first 2 wins, you could say, oh, you're fortunate here or there, which, okay, that's valid, but I think we dominated the game the other night, and if we played the way we're capable of, it wouldn't have been close. And so for us to be able to dominate there in the second half, I hope people realize that what our program, where we're going, what we are, and that we've sort of taken over the mantle, at least now in the foreseeable future, that we're the best program in this low country, and hopefully we can continue to keep that going.
33-20 CSU win an open week this week so they can savor the victory a little bit more. We showed you some first half highlights from the game Saturday down at Johnson Haygood Stadium. You lead the team out. Bullock Garrett closely behind you. That's always good to have him leading.
Yeah, he's got a concealed weapons permit, so I knew we'd need that after the game.
You guys won the coin toss. You defer. Citadel gets it to open up, and your defense gets off to a good start, gets them off the field right away.
Yeah, get a great kick there, and we wanted to put our defense out there. I thought our defense was prepared and ready for what they do, and came out and you saw us. I think we put them in a 3-and-out, which was important.
Citadel put the ball in the air on first down. Of course, the Bulldogs' triple option attack came in leading the country in rushing. You guys held them to less than 200. Their quarterback gets free here on a third down but dropped short, and you guys put a nice drive together here on your first series.
Yeah, I thought we had a good plan coming in, and we moved the ball. We get down inside, inside there close to the red zone. We tried to mix it up, have a nice little mix of run and pass, get Austin going early, and I thought he was playing well, and we converted some third downs, which we needed to, that were important.
Austin gets his helmet knocked off there. Kyle comes in, and Colton Korn, Mr. Third Down, makes the catch to convert.
Yeah, this was big. I thought, Kyle obviously didn't play much because of the injury, but for him to be able to come in and get us a third down conversion was big. And right here, this guy's open. The ball's a little bit behind him. Nathan's got a chance to catch it. We got to throw a little bit better ball. But we're inside the 25-yard line right there if we convert. But unfortunately for us, we don't take advantage of that field position and give them the ball back.
Dondre Copeland, the interception for the Citadel. You guys stopped Vinny Miller there, but in a 3rd and long, he gets free, and really one of the few times you lost track on the outside.
Yeah, our leverage there, we lost our leverage at corner, didn't do a good job. They're able to get a big, huge run and break out whatever that was, 60-something yard run, and they run basically the same play right there again, and we're able to stop it. But unfortunately, they're able to take it in the end zone here. This was a very nice play by their quarterback that we've got him covered, and we just miss him right there, and he does a nice job getting the end zone. Credit to him. That was a good play, and he showed a lot of explosiveness.
Allen somersaults into the end zone, gives the Citadel the lead after the Vinny Miller lawn run set up, and you guys drive the football again. Austin made some really nice throws to the outside in this game.
Yeah, we mixed up a couple things for him, and I thought we did some things to give him a chance to make some plays that he's capable of, and converted some third downs and got a good drive going. For us, we just didn't finish the way we need to. We've talked about that, and something that we're still going to harp on. We obviously finished a lot better in the second half, but we're down here inside the 25. We're in the red zone and have a chance to make some plays. And we missed a drop of pass. We drop a pass, which was a killer, put us in a 3rd and long and had another chance. And then we come out and try a field goal, and we get just a terrible snap. And that allows us to miss the kick. And, we drive up and down the field, have nothing to show for it.
Citadel comes back with one of their longer drives of the game here, 14 plays, and the quarterback kept it quite a bit in this game. Was that part of your game plan to kind of limit the touches on the outside?
Yeah, well, we wanted to try to take the fullback out of it and make that quarterback beat us, and felt like over the long haul, is that something he could do? And you know, on this drive, obviously they did what they were capable of and moved down the field. Had us you know, got some plays, got some things that we just didn't fit right, and they took advantage of it.
Zach Johnson's going to get some penetration here on third down. You guys forced him into a field goal attempt, and that was really a huge stop for your defense.
Yeah, this was a big play here because if they had us for a touchdown right there, and Zach, with the way he attacked the quarterback, made the quarterback pitch the ball a little bit earlier, and to hold them to a field goal. If they'd have went up 14 points, you know, that'd have been tough, but to hold them to 3 there, you feel like, hey, we survived. They got a good drive. We'll go over and make some changes. We're good to go.
You guys are finally able to get on the board on this drive after taking it into Citadel territory 3 times. Kyle starts the series here and really gives up his body on this pitch.
Yeah, not the way we teach it for sure, but so he got hurt there a little bit, good hit by their guy, but we're able to get the first down, and then we get a nice drive going here.
Colton Korn had a big first half, big game, 8 catches, lots of first downs as we've come to expect, and Austin's going to drop back here and find Nathan Pereri, attack on 15 more yards after roughing the passer, and Mike Holloway gets free up the middle, and if he gets out in front, he's not going to be caught very often.
No, Mike's got a unique ability of when he finds that seam, he can go, and he just adds another dimension to our offense that you know, we missed the first couple of games. He's obviously great out of the backfield, but he just gives us that home run hitter that Darius might not be. Darius is going to break tackles and get there, but Mike's got that extra gear to be able to go the distance.
31-yard touchdown for Holloway. Citadel gets the ball back here late in the half, and your defense gives you an opportunity with the ball once again.
Yeah, when we get a turnover here on a second down, we're able to get the ball right there. I mean, huge play with a minute left. We're at the 40-yard line, so at worst you're thinking, hey, we got a chance to maybe get a field goal, whatever. We miss a pass on first down. We got a chance there to be inside the 30, and then we get sacked here on second down. We got a chance at throwing a deep ball there. We miss it. So our plan here is third down is to try to get about 10 yards, call timeout, and throw a Hail Mary. That was what our plan was, and then obviously it didn't go. Coach Chadwell made a bad call, and they pick it off and score. So all the momentum is with the Bulldogs going there to halftime. Everybody's pumped and, you know, ready to take over on CSU, but our guys came back.
D. Delaney with the interception makes it a 17-6 game. I guess, one, have you had many plays like that going into a half, and what do you say in the locker room after something like that happens?
Well, I can't remember of having somebody score that quickly, or not, I shouldn't say that quickly, somebody score on defense. You know, maybe an offense scores right before the half or something, but something like that. So one thing that I do know, you don't want to go in and rip them. You know, they're doing their best. I thought we're playing hard. We've obviously had some mistakes, but so I didn't want to go in there and rip them. As soon as we got in there, I just said, hey, keep your heads up. We're going to be fine. We're going to execute. We get together, meet with them, and all we said at halftime is they've played as best as they can. We've given them some opportunities. They're up 17-6. Let's go play ball. We'll be fine. Now, whether they believe that or not, I don't know. Whether we believe that, I don't know. But scoring within a minute, I think, all right, coach is right. So, and that's what happens.
CSU was definitely fine in the second half, one of the best 30 minutes of football we've seen from the Bucs over the last 3 years. We'll take a look at that after this on the Jamey Chadwell Show, brought to you by Hendrick Toyota.
Hammond and Holloway the backs, Pereira and Glears the receivers, both to the right side of the formation. Bucs have 1 timeout left. Down to 2 on the play clock. They just do get it off. Twirl option hand is for Holloway. He's got all kinds of room. Michael to midfield. There's nobody in front. They're not going to catch him. Mike Holloway, touchdown, Charleston Southern. A 73-yard score. The Bucs lead by 11. And for the 3rd straight year, they're going to beat the Citadel. It's been Charleston Southern's football game here in the second half. 31-20 Bucs with 3:54 to go.
Back on the Jamey Chadwell Show, Mike Holloway, a big reason the Bucs are 3-1, 172 yards, a career high, 3 touchdowns, and he's a big-time difference maker for your offense.
Mike is. You know, Mike, what's crazy about Mike is when we first got here, 2013, got here late January, I think Mike was on the board. Mike had really no other scholarship offers at the time, and so he obviously chose to come with us. And we didn't know that much about him. Thought he was a pretty good player, but had no idea that he was going to be capable of what he's become. He's really come into his own, and when he's out there, as I've mentioned before, he's dynamite out of the backfield. He's a great all-around player. He just gives us that home run hitter from the backfield that if you miss the tackle and he's got a seam, he's got a chance to take it the distance. And I hate that we had to miss him the first 2 games, but he's grown from the mistakes there that he's made, and I think he's vowed to his teammates that he's not going to let that happen again. He's trying to make up for those 2 games, and you've seen he's done well since he's been back.
Career day for Mike Holloway, big second half as we take a look at that second half. And we talked about before the break, you get the ball and you score in 59 seconds to really change the momentum of the game immediately.
Well, yeah, which is what we need. We talked about, hey, you can't win the game on, on one drive, but we need to get a great drive going. So we get solid field position. Austin gets a nice throw, so we're right here at second, get a great play on first down. So we're in a good situation where we can do pass or run. And we did a little bit of different play than we've done the first half, and it broke out on us for us there, and Darius gets us down inside the 10-yard line.
56-yard run for Darius Hammond, another 100-yard game for him, 3rd of the season, and Mike Holloway on the next snap takes it 8 yards.
Yeah, and we didn't need to settle for a field goal. We needed to put it in right there, and to be able to do it in 3 plays, 59 seconds, I think our defense is like, all right, guys, we're fine. Let's go play them, and it gave our offense confidence.
CSU scored on its first 5 drives of the second half, and now your defense gets to work and gets you the football back right away.
Yeah, I think our defense, once they saw us score, they're ready to go, and they wanted to shut these guys down. And I don't know what we held them to in the second half, but I think it was pretty impressive.
15 yards rushing for Citadel in the second half, certainly impressive. Gives you the ball back. You drive again. Austin, after a deflating end to the first half, big-time throw right there.
Yeah, 3rd and 12, we needed to make a play. Pereira makes a great job on the sideline, and then we needed to get something going.
Mike Holloway gets you in the Citadel territory. Big catches throughout the day for Nathan and Colton Korn, a big part of your success. And 3rd downs as well, able to convert a number of 3rd downs. Larry Jones here over the middle for 26.
Huge play right here, big time. We had to call timeout, and we needed that 3rd down, and Larry and Austin hooking up. We have a chance to actually get a touchdown. We sort of fall down on one, so we need to settle for a field goal. I knew right then, as soon as we made that, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine.
Day when that ball spit
I knew
up,
when it spit up, I said, we're going to be fine.
37-yarder for Tyler Tekac makes it a 17-16 game, and the Citadel's able to push their lead. They're able to hit a pass play here to take it into your end, but when they're starting to go to the air, that's kind of a good sign for your defense.
It was, and we got a chance here. What's frustrating is that, I think everybody in the stadium knew they were faking it, and we did because we're calling fake, 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 but we don't cover it, so their credit, they made a good play, but our defense bows up again, gets them in a 3rd down and long, and they have to settle for 4th down, and their kicker, to his credit right there, man, it looked like he was going to miss it, but he knocked it right in there, so they answered our drive, and so we got to go back to work.
Bucks do go back to work. Big hole there for Mike Holloway, and takes it down the sideline for about 20 yards, and you guys certainly controlled the line of scrimmage in the second half.
Yeah, I thought our offensive line really took it to them there. I don't know, we played, obviously Citadel had to play a few more plays because we kept the ball, but we really got after them there and thought we had some good things happen.
Late hit there on Austin Brown gives the Bucks a chance to make more plays. Colton Korn over the middle for 26. Another great throw by Austin, and another big day for Colton.
Yeah, Colton just is Mr. 3rd down, and we had a chance right here. We put the ball behind the tight end. I thought we had a chance at a touchdown, but Make-A-Wish comes in there and squeezes it in for us, and so we answered them back, which was good.
Oversized jersey, number 62. You should stick with it, though.
Oh, we're not changing it. We don't want him to get the big head.
Brandon Eakins makes the catch for the Citadel, but another game-changing play for your defense here. Forced fumble, and Caleb Batchelor had an active second half, recovers, and it's your 4th quarter here.
Yeah, this was a big play. Obviously, 4th quarter 2019, they fumble there, give us good field position. We can't settle for a field goal. We need to go make something happen. And so we get a nice pass across the middle. It's a great catch by Pereira right there, getting his hands underneath. We have to go for a 4th down here. We've got great protection, get a good throw right there. Darius gets the 1st down on a big play. Big play. We saw something from up top we needed to check to. Very next play, the Moses parted the Red Sea for us.
10-yard connection to Hammond, and then he takes it in for the touchdown. You talked about, I think you called timeout before that play. What's that process like when they see something up top? They tell you over the headset?
Yeah, you're like, hey, coach, we like this. This is how they're playing it. Once you come to this, is your adjustment to it. And they see that, and they were right on up top. And so we take the lead. there big, which we needed it. We didn't want so we got a good lead. So now our defense can really pin their ears back because you know they're struggling running the ball, so they got to start trying to take some chances, and you know defense has to make a play for us.
Citadel gets into a third down here. Mike Taylor is the guy who makes the play. First career sack for the redshirt freshman, and just a monstrous sack at a big moment.
Huge for us because, you know, if they get it close, they probably might go for it right there. We knock them back to where it's a long fourth down, and now we got to go back and start making, you know, you want to work the clock here, but you want to obviously go score and at least, at worst, make it an 8-point game. You know, that was our goal. Let's make it at least an 8-point game where they got to get a touchdown. And then, you know, rocket boosters right here. And this was a check from up top, too. We've been getting in some unbalanced formations, and Coach Tucker up top said, hey, Coach, they do this, check to this, and we checked to it right there. We snapped it with 1 second left, and sweet play right there.
2-point conversion, sweet play as well. A good touch here from Austin to get into the corner for his favorite target, Colton Korn.
Yeah, Colton played hurt, I mean, the whole game, and was just tough as nails, and to be able to convert that was a big play for us. And we knew now, you know, you're up 13. Now they could still score and make it a game. We didn't want to relax, so we gave up a couple plays, pass plays that we didn't like, but we kept them in the field of play where the clock was running. Zane right there probably could have had a pick if he's just looking, but the ball kept going. You know, it keeps going. So on fourth down here, we get a great play by Malcolm. Quarterback hangs it up and boom, knocks it out right there, and the game's basically over at that time.
Malcolm deflects the pass, and you get your third turnover of the game on the last play of the game, hit from the backside by Zach Johnson, team-high 8 tackles, and Anthony Ellis makes the interception. Nice way to end it.
Yeah, it was a big play. Just, you know, you didn't want them to score or anything like that, just to get another turnover and interception. Our defense played really well. I mean, it shut them down. So it was a great win for our team and our program and our school. I mean, any time that you can take a rivalry and win it 3 years in a row, and probably live on, you know, be able to have some bragging rights for a while, you know, because you don't know when you're going to play again, and that's just good for us because I feel like we don't need to take a second or a back seat to anybody. You know, we should be proud of who we are and what we stand for, and I hope because we can win some of these games, our student body and people can realize that.
You mentioned pride. How much pride do you think your team takes in the fact that they have a coaching staff that kind of lets them be themselves to some extent and play with a lot of emotion?
Well, you want your guys to feel like they can be loose when they play. They don't have to be a robot and control this or that. Obviously, you gotta control that emotion to something. You can't just be out there getting 20-yard, 15-yard penalties and all those. And our team don't do that. But we want them to enjoy the game and enjoy just being around each other. And when you create a family environment, I think part of that family, part of the funds that family have is you're able to let loose a little bit. And every Saturday, we want them to be able to let loose and enjoy the games that they're playing. Sometimes we might go over the top a little bit, and head coach will take responsibility for that. That's my responsibility. So sometimes I've got to make sure that I reel in them, but I want them to enjoy what they get because I feel like anytime somebody doesn't consider you as an equal, that's a challenge. And we thrive off of that here when we feel like somebody maybe questions who we are or what we're about, and that gives us added motivation.
Dominant second half for Charleston Southern, a 33-20 win, their third straight over the Citadel. Bucks will get into Big South play next week, and we'll talk a little bit about that after this on the Jamey Chadwell Show. Welcome back on the Jamey Chadwell Show. Lots of fun on Saturday for Charleston Southern, a 33-20 win over the Citadel. And we've had some fun the last couple weeks with the Ask Chadwell segment. There's people lining up wanting to ask questions.
Very popular. I mean, it's I've gotten a lot of comments, at least one, about it. So I mean, that means people are watching.
Probably a few Citadel people like to ask you some questions too.
I'm sure they would. We'll probably have to charge them.
They don't get a chance this week. This week it goes to Josh Miller, your special teams coach.
Coach Chadwell, what is it about Bojangles sweet tea that's just so delicious to you?
It's a good question. Bojangles sweet tea. There's nothing like having, especially after a victory, when you want to relish in the victory, relish in the way your team played and enjoy it, and then when that sweet tea and that sugar crystallizes on your teeth and you know you're going to have to go to see the dentist, it just replenishes you. It just quenches that thirst. You know, it's almost like, it's heavenly almost. You know, it's heavenly, and it's nothing like sweet tea. Bojangles is pretty dang good.
It's no hyperbole there, heavenly.
No hyperbole.
Yeah. Bojangles in particular, huh?
Well, for the longest time, reason why he's saying Bojangles for the longest time, before we got here, where we're at, the only place really where we played, there was only Bojangles. You know, now Chick-fil-A's big for us post-game. Chick-fil-A's great when they're tea too. They never disappoint. And so, but the worst thing you can do if you're a sweet tea drinker, the worst thing you can do is get somewhere and their sweet tea's not good. Like if you have a good cup and then you get a refill and it's not as good, it just ruins the whole meal for you. And so I have on my mind, or actually wrote down places that have disappointed me after. So there's only 2 or 3 that I'll say keep giving it to me, because if you get a good one and then the waitress comes fills it up and it's not as good, it just runs it. So I'm very particular about my sweet tea.
So there's a few places on your sweet tea blacklist.
Yes, they're on my blacklist. You know, there's people that they've disappointed me there, and I give them second chances. I'm all for second chances, especially when people don't do some things maybe people want them to do. And so I always go back and give them another chance, and usually they're good. But Bojangles and Chick-fil-A usually never disappoint.
You don't really have sweet tea up north.
No, they don't. I think that's why most people probably skinnier up that way. But they obviously miss out on the ecstasy, you know, of having sweet tea and the sweets. It's something to you miss out. I went one time and asked for some sweet tea. They looked at me like I was from another planet up there. I asked for that and honey butter. They had no clue what it was. So I learned real quick that there's only certain things that you can get in the South. That's what makes the South special.
You'll play a team from up north, Monmouth, to open the Big South this week, in open week. What goes into that for your team?
Well, the first part of the week is really just recovering from the previous game, you know, because it's a physical game. You want your guys that are maybe a little banged up to try to get healthy. So we're doing some conditioning work, doing a lot of fundamental work. Thursday, we'll start our preparation for Monmouth, getting ready for them so we can take advantage of the open week and get a couple, you know, extra practices for them, because that's going to be obviously your first conference game, so everybody's pumped and excited because everybody's 0-0, you know, and nothing you've done before, whether you've won, whether you've lost, it doesn't matter, because the conference is what gives you the opportunity to, you know, to go on and hopefully maybe be a playoff team or win a championship. So get our mindset going that way. Anytime you come off a rivalry game like we did, I think it's you need to let your guys digest it and sort of refresh their not only physical, but just really mentally, because you put a lot into it. So we'll start heavily on Monmouth Thursday and get ready for them.
Will you watch football on Saturday?
I like to watch football. I like to you know, try to catch as many games as I can. Most likely, I'll probably try to spend some time with the family. My son's playing soccer, so you know, watching him, trying to catch up on some of that, and spend some time with my girls and my wife, because you know that goes. You don't get as much time with them during the season that you'd like. So Coach Chadwell would love to watch it. It depends on what Mrs. Chadwell wants to do, and if she says we're not watching it, then we'll do what she wants to do.
Well, Rutgers is a bye week this week. Unfortunately, it syncs up with ours. So
Rutgers is about. Can't watch Rutgers. That's. I enjoy watching them. I know you're a big fan, and obviously graduate from there, so obviously their standards aren't high, but it'd be good to watch them.
It would be, but you can't, so you move on. Jamey Chadwell Show. For Jamey Chadwell, my name is Kevin O'Rourke. Thanks for watching. Bucks back in action next Saturday against Monmouth.